Hi, I'm Elly. Today I'm going to read a story called Almost Invisible Irene. Are you ready to listen? Okay, I'm going to read you this story. Almost Invisible Irene. Irene was having a bad day. First, Mrs. Morris reminded the class that their oral reports were due next week. I'd rather go to the dentist than give an oral report, thought Irene. She was shy. Then Mrs. Morris called on Irene twice, even though Irene didn't raise her hand. Both times, Mrs. Morris told her to speak up. Both times, everybody in class stared at her. I wish I could disappear, thought Irene. When Irene came home from school, her grandparents made a big fuss. Teeny weeny, said her grandmother, pinching Irene's cheek. You're getting so big. You're not so teeny anymore, joked her grandfather. Irene didn't like being fussed over. The next morning in science, Mrs. Morris asked how animals protect themselves. Roaring and biting, said Adolf. Hissing and clawing, said Will. Running away, said Patsy. 3 good answers, said Mrs. Morris. But how about becoming invisible? Irene's head shut up. How do they do that? She asked. Camouflage, said Mrs. Morris. Some animals keep safe by blending into their surroundings. She held up a photo. Can you see the foxes? Hardly, said Adele. Not really, said Will. Irene thought she could, but she didn't say anything. See how they disappear against the snow? Mrs. Morris pointed to the foxes. Their coloring protects them. It protects polar bears and snowshoe hares and snowy owls too, said Gerald. And this is the foxes inside. Can you see it? I can see it. How do you know so much about animal camouflage? Irene asked Gerald after school. I learned it when I got my chameleon. He said Osgood changed color a lot. Sometimes I can hardly see him. Gerald pulled out some photos of Osgood. Wow, said Irene. She went home and read about animal camouflage until dinner time. That night, Patsy called. She was having a sleepover party for her birthday. My mom's even baking a pink birthday cake, she said. Pink was Patsy's favorite color. I can't wait. I can, thought Irene. She was always felt shy at parties. Yes, you could. When she woke up the next day, Irene thought about Gerald's chameleon. She wondered if she could disappear by blending in with her surroundings. If Oscar can do, why can't I? She said to herself. It turned out Irene could. She wore pink pajamas, pink slippers, and a pink bathrobe to Patsy's party. She even brought a pink blanket and a pink pillowcase. She had a very good time. On Monday, Irene decided to try some more animal camouflage. She wore the same bright colors in the classroom mural. Mrs. Morris didn't call on her once. Wow, she really blends in right. Can you see Irene? She's in here. You can hardly see her, right? And if you see Irene, she's in here. So, Irene is so funny. On Tuesday, Irene dressed in green to go hiking. She blended right in with trees and bushes. Wow, she really blended in right. There it is. It looks like the sheet is wood or some leaves. On Wednesday, Ivan wore the colors of the desert rattlesnake, brown, gray, and white. They also happened to be the colors of the school lunchroom. Patsy and Adele didn't see her. Have you seen Irene? No, have you? Actually, can you find your Irene? I can because Irene is right here. Wow, she could be really invisible. Patsy called on them. Did you skip lunch today? She asked. No, said Irene. Funny, said Patsy. I didn't see you. Then she said, I can't wait to read my science report tomorrow. I can't, thought Irene. She was still nervous about talking in front of the whole class. The next morning, Irene dressed in the same color she had worn on Monday. Her blue top and tan skirts were a perfect match with the colors in the mural. I guess I'm ready, she said to herself. Just before lunchtime, Mrs. Morris called on Irene. She walked to the front of the classroom. Her hands were damp and her heart was racing. My report is about animal camouflage, she said. I want to see if I could use it to hide. Suddenly, the class was very quiet. They're interested, thought Irene. Did it hide you? Asked Patsy. Irene nodded. Tuesday, I went hiking in the woods, she said. I wore a green hat, a green shirt, and green shorts. I was like a tree frog or a lizard, hard to see against all the green around me. Wednesday, I tried camouflage at lunchtime, said Irene. I wore the colors of the cafeteria, white, gray, and tan. They are also the colors of the desert rattlesnake, which hides in the sands and rocks to the desert. Did it work? Asked Will. Yes, said Patsy and Adele together. The most fun I had was on Monday, said Irene. I wonder if I could hide right here in class, so I dressed in the same color as our mural. What do you think? She asked. Everybody stared at her, but she didn't mind at all. It works, yelled Adele. Awesome, said Patsy. Gerald clapped his hands and everyone joined in, including Mrs. Morris. Irene blushed. Everyone liked my report, she thought. Patsy and Gerald walked home from school with Irene. I just figured something out, said Patsy. You wore pink to my birthday party. You were trying to camouflage yourself, weren't you? I was, admitted Irene. I didn't know you were shy, said Gerald. Irene smiled. Actually, she said, I think I could get used to it. Okay, and this is the end of the story. Okay, I read you a story called Almost Invisible Irene. Okay, thank you for seeing this video. Bye.